Welcome back to another episode of Spilling Tea with Samantha and Dr. B.
Woohoo! I don't never know what to say. Like, I started off with, like, that's me, and then I'm just like, I'm here.
You know us already. It's kind of
Right.
like a silly intro.
Right.
Whatever. We're back.
Yep.
Augustus
here we
is
are.
back. Rocky's running around
Wandering.
here. He barks that he's been barking because the windows are open today. There's always something with him. There's always something. So, are we talking about alien sex or robot sex today?
Robot sex.
We'll talk about alien sex one day.
We are, and we will talk about alien sex once it's completely fleshed out in...
Published in Dawn Among the Stars.
Ta-da! Yes. But no, like, we've just been getting a lot of questions, both in your class and my class. It's come up quite a bit and stuff about robot sex, like the future of sex and sexology. And I'm doing some research right now where I'm interviewing some sex therapists about what the future of sex therapy they think will be. And it's come up in that too. And it was completely unexpected. So I just thought maybe it'd be a fun thing to talk about.
I just think of Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man?
Yeah, because they had it like he was a robot,
Yeah.
right? He was a servant robot. I don't know what do they call him? Servant?
I don't know.
And then he like kind of morphed into a humanistic
Mm-hmm.
yada yada.
Yeah.
I wonder what sex was like with it.
Well, to be honest, you can find out. There is
I can
robots.
find out. No, I don't want to have sex with robots. I want to have sex with aliens, okay? Predator, call me. What's up?
There is actually, with the advancements now, I'm just ignoring that because I was like, not Predator, no thank you.
It is a hard
It's
goal.
like face like opens up, like.
Yeah, I bet that would be good for some, oral stimulation.
All right, okay, learning some new things. Robot sex though, like honestly, like you can even buy it now. Like so, you can buy. They come with. Like they are like machinery based, but then they're obviously covered with like softer latex type and other synthetic material that simulates skin. There's like the thought that it's going to continue to advance into like even having artificial intelligence and whatnot to be
Does that
able to have
terrify you?
conversations. You know, it does and it doesn't because I don't know.
I just don't want mine to get attached to me. Like all the humans that I've had sex with be like, no, where are you going? I love you. I'm like, dude, we had sex one time, stop.
Right. Well,
and you're a robot.
but like I mean, you would be purchasing this robot, and it's things like you would purchase it, and you would probably get to design it, or like
so
have
it
a
could
say
look
in its
like
development.
my favorite celebrity.
See, that's where I think it gets into problems. You know, because like let's say somebody
Like
wants a robot that
celebrity-ish?
looks exactly like you, and they
Me?
order a sex robot. And you see, like, it's your neighbor because they found you attractive, so they took a picture of you, ordered a robot that looked exactly the same, and then they're out there walking around with their sex robot and doing them every night. How does that feel?
I just want to be like,
Yeah, there's like concerns, and so it's like there's like that idea.
I guess I didn't think. No,
Yeah,
no.
like what regulations are
I'm
going
out.
to be on?
I'm already tapped
robot
out. I'm
sex?
gonna go back to my aliens. They're safer that way. They can give consent. Yeah, how would that work with robot? Like they can't give consent.
Neither does your vibrator.
Yeah, but my vibrator and I are best friends, so
How do you know though? It's the same kind of thing.
I mean,
Like yeah, once they start
it
programming,
delivers every time, so I'm assuming it loves it.
You know, I mean, essentially, when you start programming artificial intelligence, it's like
Where are we going today?
it's a good conversation.
It's so good.
It's a good conversation. You know, if they can start making semi decisions, you know, at what point do you start worrying about it? I get not so worried about that per se, to be honest. I get more worried about the dark side of what sex could be. Okay, and
Tell me
specifically,
more.
I'm talking about like what we said, like how somebody could make one that mimics someone else. And think about like people who would say, well, I really want to have sex with a child or an animal or something. And so they're going to purchase a robot that looks like that.
This is a dark and scary.
It's a dark spot to go in, you know, because then it's like, well, they're not having sex with a living creature that's against the law. Oh, Rocky, I'm not going to make a machinery. You're not going to be a robot. Nobody's going to make you into a robot. You're fine. Okay. We're recording. I'm busy. Okay. And we're back. But, you know, like, I mean...
Such a cleavage. I can't even.
In that scenario, it's like... I find that problematic. Because...
Because, like,
Well, what's to stop somebody? So my thought is,
Right.
what's to stop somebody from saying like, okay, well, I've had sex with the robot now, and so I'm kind of feeling
What's
that.
the real thing like?
Yeah, I feel like it might almost encourage that. But some people might argue that that might stop people from seeking out the real thing.
I would need to see research. We're going to need to do some experimentation.
You want to have sex with a dog?
No,
robot?
I mean, like, no, I don't. Like, I'm like...
I'm like, what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is that, like, it's like doing research, right? So,
Yeah.
like, you find that population that wants to have sex with a dog robot.
Uh-huh. No judgment.
Yeah, no judgment.
Your face is judging.
It's not my cup of tea, so I'm like, and you find them and you do a study on it and you see if it does stop them from acting out in real life.
But then you have to worry about the ethics of that. So, like, if
That's
I'm
what
if
I'm
they're
telling
part
you.
of the
I
study,
don't know.
it's really difficult.
This is too much for my little brain.
And speaking of which, I actually, like, so I know somebody. His name's Neil MacArthur, and he's at the University of Manitoba. Okay? So
Dropping
he's a
those
Canadian.
names like it's hard.
And he's brilliant. He works in their philosophy department and oversees that and whatnot. And he does, like, he just published a book on robot sex and artificial intelligence, like the future of sexuality in that way. And it's actually like a really interesting read. There's some new literature coming out because
what does he say?
He approached it. He's a sexologist and he does study human sexual behavior, moral philosophy, that kind of thing. So he's really like the thinker part of sex and sexology. Okay, so he's really examining it from that point. And so it's different. It's different than, say, what are the mechanics of robot sex? He really gets into the underpinnings of it.
And why someone would be drawn to that.
Yeah. And so it's really quite interesting, but I'm not sure that scientists or therapists or even just like social science researchers can really get into it in kind of the traditional sense. I feel like almost this is an area of inquiry that's going to need think articles, like a lot of thinking articles, a lot of debate articles, before we even get into anything.
I think so. We've got to have a little bit of a roadmap is what you're saying.
Yeah, we've got to understand more about it before we
just throw toys at everybody. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's a robot.
Well,
here's a robot. Here's an alien.
To be quite frank, I'm 100% sure, because like people have told me, they've said, well, that's going to change people's interaction. Like, then no longer is it going to be like, I want to seek out a romantic relationship or be involved in a family because I can go purchase a robot and receive that gratification, right? From somebody, especially if somebody's not interested in having children, you know? They could say, I can purchase something that will fulfill all my desires. But there's something
that in us, I believe, in a humanistic level, that wants to be connected in some way, whatever that means. So I'm not sure I would go that far.
Right. But that's the fear. That's the fear people have.
Who's saying that?
I can't drop no names, but maybe I've had some conversations recently where it's like that was some of the back and forth about it. You know? Where it was like, yeah, I totally get it, but
I want research, I want proof. I want proof that someone's not gonna cut their social connection, please.
Well, and this is an example of that. So for example, like, I mean, I can show you newspaper clippings when people freaked out because they were like, what are these newfangled electronic gizmos that let you connect to people?
What was this? Is
That's
that
a
laptop? Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought you were going to say cell phone.
Well, cell phones too. Like, think about all these different things. So if you think about it, like, people were really upset about computers when they first came out, especially the internet, because it was like, now kids are no longer going to read newspapers, books are going to go away, nobody's going to learn how to write anymore, like nobody's going to talk to anybody, friendships will no longer exist. Did any of that happen? Or did it truly enhance who we are as a society?
I don't know, because one of my classes, they don't believe in works cited pages, so no, ain't nobody know how to write no mo.
But I would say that falls on a failing in the education system.
I know, I'm just saying. I would say, yeah, some of it has happened. I feel like some of it has happened. Maybe not to the extent that they were worried that it would happen, but some of it's happening. Like, my students don't communicate or hang out after class. They, group chat themselves to death. Yeah,
that's true. But is that not still a form of communication and connection? Maybe the connection that we have is changing, and that's what it is. Thoughts? I don't know. I just thought that it would be something interesting to talk about, and we can revisit this later too once more comes out and everything else like that.
I think we're gonna have to keep an eye on it and do what you said. and do think pieces and do videos
Yeah.
like this where we're like challenging the popular discourse that's beginning to be created.
Big words.
I know.
So I think I think we can wrap up there. I think that's a good idea. But
let us know what you think,
yeah.
because I need more information.
Well, and also, like, here's something. I know we're wrapping up, but here's a thought too. So what's the difference between a robot that has mechanical parts inside or things like a fleshlight, for example, which is like a sex toy that you use and can have sex with?
The fleshlight doesn't have a thinker up here.
But these robots do have a thinker. They have a processor. They have a computer in them.
That's what I'm saying. I would be concerned. I've watched too much science fiction. I've watched too much science fiction and read it.
Yeah. Well, so what do you guys think? Do you want to have sex with robots? Do you want to go buy some really fun new contraptions and ride it all night long? What do you want to do? What do you think? How do you feel about it? She is. She's going to find like an Avatar type thing. It's going to have like shit everywhere, like an alien, like Predator. It's going to be like, sit on my face.
When in the future, when Fading Starlight comes out, I want to start talking about my theories about alien sex.
Okay.
In the Starless series.
All right. That sounds good to me.
Stay tuned.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great day. And as always, subscribe, like. It really helps out our channel. Yep. You know where to find us. SamanthaHugan.com, ChrisBells.com. Yep. And we'll see you again real soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.